I always used to say this, used to train with Dan and Charles at Combat Fitness when I first started training there many years ago. I said, man, if Dan was in Viking times, he would rule the whole world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He'd be the president of the Vikings. Mr. Mollywop Mike.
What a nickname.
Right? Sisaketh. I interviewed Sisaketh before the fight, and I said, oh, do you know anything about your opponent, blah, 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 you know, and he's like, no, he seems like a nice guy. And I said, is that tough to fight a nice guy? And this is what he said, I will whoop my grandma's ass if she steps in the ring with me.
Holy
I swear
crap.
to you.
I train with Mike, but I'm on team Sisaketh now.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I hope Granny never gets in. But
I bet you Granny could get it, though.
That's what I said. I said that, Jay. I said, I bet Granny pulled that slipper out and whooped that ass
he probably
if she
had
had
to defend
to.
himself a time or two.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you guys, so the Team Black, obviously close to my heart, it's my family, but one cool thing that came out with Team Black, and I say they're ghetto, and obviously I'm saying that tongue-in-cheek, but
endearment. Yeah.
Sam and Dan, they brought Black C from legendary RBL Posse Bay Area rappers. They brought him to a show. He sat next to me all night. He brought me gear. I mean, that's my boy now, but it was just like to have that happen. Like, I didn't even remember one fight from that night. I just remember talking to Black C the whole night.
I remember you posted about that, how excited you were about that.
I grew up on those guys, man. Legends.
Now, you know what? Every time commentators make a guarantee, it never comes to fruition. You know when you say commentators, someone's getting knocked out, blah, blah, blah. It never happens. I'm going to go and guarantee this is going to be a banging-ass fight. Just by knowing these two guys. One guy was ready to whoop his grandma's ass. The other guy's a Team Black guy.
Team Blacks are savages.
This is about to be, it's about to continue the flurry and the fury of this card so far, I believe.
And Mollywop and Sauce Marley look like brothers.
Here we go, baby. 3 2-minute rounds scheduled. They touch gloves. I know these guys ain't going to make me lie.
Head kick already.
Oh, catch
nice.
it.
Boy.
Nice trip.
Whoa, Ganyao.
And just like you said, they're going to be banging.
Right off the bat, you got Ganyao, the legendary tallest Thai I've ever seen, reffing the fight here.
That's Sagat right there.
Dr. Nee himself in there. What experience in there having.
Man, it's target practice right now for Sullivan.
He's using that range
He's got very unorthodox style, comes from a traditional martial arts background.
Keeps his hands low.
Yeah, so that's a traditional martial arts, but you don't see those punches coming. He uses that style really well for himself.
Sisaketh is looking for those upstairs hands, though. Now Sullivan brings his hands up a little bit.
Good check.
Well, Sullivan came out immediately and tried to kind of bully him a little bit, and Sisaketh fought back and said, okay, I'm not going to let that happen. We're not going to let that start now.
And they're both settling in a little bit, and they're going back and forth. Nice catch and kick in return there from Sisaketh.
Yeah, he must have. Sisaketh must be doing some damage because he definitely has Mike's respect right now.
He definitely does, and he's staying composed in there. He's getting a little wild with his punches. But you know what? He's earning respect with that power right now.
Oh, that was a clean right hand.
Well, and he hit him, and Sisaketh looked at him like you didn't hurt me, and usually that means you got caught.
You got a little something on. Yeah. Nice checks, though, from Sisaketh.
Definitely showing his chin, though. He got his head turned sideways, and it came back straight.
I like what Sullivan's doing. Back up, keep that distance, use that range. I'm all for a guy using his range when he's got a reach advantage.
Yeah, when you got that kind of reach advantage, it's the smartest way to fight. But
Mike's definitely got it.
Sisaketh is going.
He's just letting him hit him.
He's doing the go ahead and hit me.
Look at him. I like this kid.
He's got a strategy that will pay off with that.
I hope
that
he
is
doesn't.
a dangerous thing.
He's picturing his grandma right now.
Yeah, that's a good. He's fighting like the type of guy who would whip his grandma's ass if she got in the ring with him.
All I know is if that was me, my coach would be giving me all kinds of hell.
I mean, hands down at his knees, just no respect for the power.
Nice left lance. Oh, look at he's got the hands down.
Unbelievable.
They're hung.
Wow, what a round. I got to tell you, man, he just stuck his chin out and just ate them all. No respect for the power from Sullivan. None. Zero zilch.
Wow.
Dude, it's progress each time. We're on the fourth fight, and I was not going to think the fourth fight was going to be crazier than the last three, but oh my God.
It's happening.
I'll tell you what, it's a high risk, high reward, though, because it looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
You're leading with your chin. You're showing off. I like that. But if you get caught, you're YouTube famous for the rest of your life.
Yes.
shots on
The
purpose.
safest time to do that would be the third round when he's tired. But
That's
even
what I would
that's
think.
a gamble.
You know, Jim, maybe we'll find out.
I
Let's
hope
see.
he doesn't
Round
do that
2.
again.
His hands
Kenneth-
were at his knees.
Sisaketh in the red gloves.
Mollywop landed
Sullivan
that
in the blue gloves, black trunks here.
Sullivan go with the flying knee attempt, didn't quite land that.
Second round here. We're here at the Knock Muay Challenge in Stockton, California. And Sisaketh is throwing body
They are
shots.
letting it dance.
Whoa! Almost gets rocked by that head kick, but nice slip. He pulled it, and Sullivan's back to that 1-2, keeping that range very well trained.
I like it.
He's kind of tapping, keeping range, switching stances.
What's the guy with us for that left kick?
Now, see, if he gets hit hard again, let's see if he drops his hands. Because that's when, once he got hit pretty hard, then that's when he decided he was going to show him that he couldn't hurt him.
Yeah,
that was a little quick little right check hook from that switch stance with Sullivan.
Sisaketh got the fury in his eyes, that's for sure.
I'm going to have nightmares about Sisaketh now, too.
So many nightmares tonight, Charles.
So I'll say first it was my boy Norinjad. These guys are terrifying.
But Sullivan looks like he's like trying to reassess right now and get a way to get his shots landed without taking those big punches from Sisaketh.
Well, when your game plan appears to be a bully status and come out and just land a lot of shots, and then you start hitting the guy and he's just looking at you,
and hitting you back,
there goes your game plan out the window.
But, you know, it's nice to see the composure to adjust in the middle of the fight, you know.
Beautiful right hand from Sullivan.
Sullivan looks like he's just keeping that distance, looking to set up bigger shots.
I'm liking when he switches stance, he's still staying busy with that right hand. I think he's just going to keep using the strength of his right hand whatever stance he's in. He's looking for something.
Sisaketh has really slowed down a lot, though, in this. And you're right, Jim. Maybe those big shots kind of slowed him down.
He's taking it on the chin again. He's about to go Hulkamania.
There's a 5-inch difference in height here. I don't know what the reach is necessarily, but that's a big difference.
Yeah, Sullivan definitely looks a lot longer than Sisaketh in this fight. Kind of a cool-off round for both fighters here. I think they both put so much out that first round.
I love the mutual respect, though. It's a lot of mean mugging and S-talking in the fight, but then every round, it's the daps, the hug.
Well, it looks like these boys are, with the level of intensity they're throwing, this is still what they genuinely enjoy, and I feel like they're appreciating each other for, like, you know, thanks for beating the crap out of me, man. I know that feeling all too well.
Absolutely. Me and Charles spent a lot of time training together, and we always say, we always start off technical.
Start off like we've been coached.
Like we've been coached, but after one of us lands a shot, we just turn two guys from Vallejo, basically.
Meeting at the bike rack at 3 o'clock.
Exactly. We can't help it.
Well, more specifically, we end up behind 7-Eleven.
Behind 7-Eleven on Springs Road in Vallejo.
Just throwing hands.
And Vallejo, like Antioch, is one of those places where, you know, you never back down. So it's one of those things.
With what you're saying, to me, the prototype fight will always be Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner.
Oh, yeah.
They started out so technical, they got tired, and then they just beat the hell out of each other, and then they were best friends when the fight was over.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful experience.
Yeah,
These guys definitely should have a beer after this fight.
Technique from the start and end with the heart. That's kind of what it is.
Kick. You know, it's really interesting watching these two go against each other.
Little Ollie shuffle.
I know. He's getting light.
We're seeing Team Black go against coming out of Legacy Muay Thai, and that's his coach, Ignacio. He was trained by Dan Black. So we're watching like a coach and a grand coach square off each other through fire. It's kind of a beautiful thing.
And I think that's why it's a good fight too, because, you know, these guys kind of, you know, they know.
Yeah, you're looking at the same curve of training.
Yes,
absolutely.
And you got Sullivan here is really, you know, changing the whole game plan. Each round he's kind of transitioned to a different style. Now he's real karate style, hands down, kind of Wonder Boy Thompson.
He's reverting back to what he knows, and we got his corner egging him on. I see Matt Baker going crazy, calling for blood.
Yeah, Matt Baker always calls for blood, though.
That's what I
think.
the
Matt Baker will call for blood at a wedding.
This is just between us. I don't want anyone else to hear, but Matt Baker's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh no, for sure. Have to spar that guy.
Yeah, we've trained with Matt. They don't call you the butcher. They don't call you the butcher for nothing.
That is not an unearned.
I'll tell you what,
thing.
he's not happy that he's sitting that far back from the corner either. He wants to be closer so he can scream louder.
Look at him. He's.
Sullivan's still patting it down. I want to say this is his fight.
Sisaketh is tiring. You can see, but man, with the flying knee attempt.
Let me ask you something, Charles. At a high level that you're at, that Matt Baker's at, that these guys are at, Glory Fighters, when you watch a fight like this, are you fighting it in your head?
Oh, no, I'm not participating in this at all. I go completely into spectator mode right now. I'm an absolute fanboy at this moment.
No, look
nice
at
1-1-2.
5 or 6 jabs in a row there.
Oh, nice long punches. Sisaketh doesn't have the energy to come forward like he did in the first round.
He's showing the strength of his
high
chin.
kick.
He's giving this round away, though, by just standing there eating those shots.
Jim, I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got any
He's
energy.
hurt.
Mollywop. Mike is starting to let the mollywop go.
Hey, what a fight between these two. Mollywop, Mike Sullivan.
Gagno kind of gave him like you hit him late. I don't think that was intentional at all.
I think that was Gagno just giving him the dad talk. Hey,
you look at Ali with the rope-a-dope. Everybody talks about it, but here's the key: if he had not knocked him out, he would have lost the fight because he took so many shots. Absolutely. So it looks great, but you really can't do that in a 3-round fight because you're giving a round away.
But you got to finish the fight.
Yeah, you're giving away 33% of the fight by doing that.
Yeah, and you can only get 2 minutes. These are amateurs.
Yeah.
It's not like you have 3-minute rounds even.
You're doing yourself a disservice. You look tough, but you lose the fight. And don't get me wrong, the kid is tough.
No, the kid's tough. But and then that's the learning curve too. That's getting the ring generalship, knowing what you got to do to win the fight.
Another great fight.
Man, what's the 5th one gonna be like? Is someone gonna grow wings?
Machine guns.
Are we gonna see a Hadouken? Like, is that gonna happen?
I believe they're gonna dip their hands in glass and nails.
At this point, like at the rate we're going, it's gonna end that way. What an amazing inaugural card.
Absolutely.
Fight fans, let's hear it one more time for both of these warriors in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we now go to the judges' scorecard. Judge number 1 scores this bout 29-28 in favor of the red corner, Sisaketh. Judge number 2 scores this bout 30-27 in favor of blue, Sullivan. And our third judge sees it 30-27 for your winner by split decision. Out of the blue